Hey there, comic book fans. I got a special video for you today. Back in New Year's Eve 2016, as was the style at that time, I put together a video of, back issues I wanted to get that year. The only time I ever did it, lots of people used to do them. I don't think I've seen one in years now. But being that I don't buy back issues really, here's the original list of 12 things. And over the past 3 years, I've checked 3 of them off. Mage and Marvel. I got a mint condition Marvel's Team Up 68, but I actually want to replace that one now because I got a Mark Jewelers variant, and I actually don't like those. There's a stiff ad in the middle of it. And I got Mage 2 through 11, which I had trade paperbacks of for years and years, and I never had those issues of the original run, the original issues. I think I got those last year, the year before. I made a video on it. But now I can check off a third one on the list, and that is Uber 1 through 27. I think I actually don't think, I think it's only 1 through 25 plus 2 other issues now that I've gotten them. But got them off of eBay. Like I said, I usually don't buy back issues, but I've been wanting these for the last almost 3 years. So I saw them for a good price. Crash Comics in Kentucky, a comic shop in Kentucky was where I got them from, and it was $35 plus $10 shipping for all 27 issues. To let you know how back issues of $35 for 27 issues. I paid $45, but you got to imagine, with shipping. But you have to imagine the comic shop itself. Take off shipping, take off like 15% for PayPal, and you got what, $29 for 20. So $1 an issue the comic shop got for Uber. There's the free comic book day one. So back issues of indie comics could be worth nothing. It's just amazing to me. Let's see, what do we got? There's special number 1, and this is the propaganda cover. It says down there, propaganda. Turns out that these issues of Uber had, I remember because I was pricing them on MyComicShop.com a couple of years ago, and they've got the propaganda cover, the regular cover, and the wraparound cover. So there's at least 3 covers for every issue. And I think some of the propaganda ones were cheapest when I was looking there because, well, they don't use because this is about, Uber's about World War II and superheroes being invented at the end of World War II, so it extended the war. The Germans invented them. And the propaganda cover, it's supposed to be like German propaganda, but they use the Iron Cross instead of the swastika throughout it, I guess, because they don't want to spread the swastika around. But their special number 1, this has got a $6 cover price. Man, most comics are like cars. As soon as you drive them off the lot, they're worth less than you paid for them. Issue number 0. Regular cover. And I read these all digitally and really liked them, but can't wait to read them physically. Wraparound cover. We can't see the back, though, because it's in a back. What is this? Propaganda cover. Oh, this must be Soviet propaganda. Wraparound cover. Must be another propaganda cover. These must be the 2 superpowered people from Germany. Looks like another propaganda cover. This one's British propaganda though, because we got the Union Jack logo and him smashing the Iron Cross. Another propaganda cover, but this is once again a British propaganda because we got the Union Jack, and that was their HMS Colossus. That was their superpowered guy. Regular cover. Japanese. I see the rising sun flag there. So Japan has entered the war with some super people. Regular cover. Looks like the Germans. Propaganda cover. Looks like the Germans again. German at the Luftwaffe. Looks like propaganda again. Yep. What is that? The Arc de Triomphe in France. So I guess the Germans are smashing France. Regular cover. I think she's the German superhero, and he's I don't know, he must be one of the British ones. But good stuff, really. I mean, if you like sort of historical stories and superhero action stuff, regular cover. Oh, I think she's actually a scientist, so I think she's dancing with death there as she helps create these superheroes. There she's, regular cover. There she is again, scientist. Once again, death comes with the science, and there's looks like a Nazi car. There's an actual swastika on it. You don't really see I don't remember seeing swastika. Like it's mostly the Iron Cross they use. Wraparound cover. There's the Iron Cross, so he's the German guy. War Crimes cover. I guess there's another type. I guess it's the gross one with this guy just using his superpowers to destroy a soldier. I didn't realize there were war crime covers too. I guess must have forgot about that one, huh? What do we have here? Regular cover. I guess he's out at sea. I don't remember there being... But like I read these digitally like 2 years ago, so I don't remember them all. Oh, I got a tape. I hate tape on my comics bags, so I'm gonna take all that tape off. Never keep tape away from your comics. If you tape your comic, I use the little removable stickers that you can get from any drugstore or whatever. Make sure they're the removable ones because they'll never tape pull on you. But if you keep tape on your comic bags, sooner or later you'll have a tape pull on something you don't like. Issue 17 is the regular cover. Wraparound cover. So we got a nuke going off. Regular cover. There's that scientist again with that superwoman German. War Crimes cover. I guess this guy, I guess war crimes means dead soldiers. But man, there must be a lot of covers for these. Regular cover. Oh, she's all bloody and picking a flower. What's regular about that? War Crimes cover. Looks like we got a German killing a doughboy there. A Brit because of that helmet, I think. But I thought they wore those in World War I, not World War II. And it's got looks like an exclamation point. It must be a rank. Oh, that's his War Crimes cover. Did I say that? Regular cover. Owned by Kieran Gillen and Danny Getty. I think Danny Getty's doing the second series. Did he do the original one? Kanan White, it says. Kieran Gillen and Kanan White did a lot of the beginning stuff. And I get Gabriel Andrade did some of these. Yeah, David Getty is the one who's doing Uber Invasion. Regular cover. And the final one, issue 24, is the wraparound cover. And these all take place in... well, they don't all take place. But I think most of them take place in Europe. There's probably some in Russia, too. We saw that Japanese cover. But Uber Invasion, the second series, is about the invasion of the U.S. So that's what happens then. They're sliding around since they're bagged and boarded. But there you go. I wonder what I can get in there. I actually, it's funny. I have Palookaville 1 and 2 here, which is what, hold on. I think I showed you, I made a video about this I took from the library, Clyde Fans, that originally appeared in Palookaville, not issues 1 and 2. But I've been wanting issues 1 and 2 of Palookaville for years, but not really. I can remember it was the 10th, and I actually have one in the 10th anniversary edition, which must have came out what year did that because come out 15 years ago now, for the 10th anniversary edition of Palookaville. But Seth Gregory Gallant, the cartoonist, was like, I don't even know why they're reprinting this, because he always says the first few issues of Palookaville aren't even very good. That's why he didn't start sort of as long form storytelling. It's a Good Life If You Don't Weaken is one of the graphic novels you can find by Seth, and it's one of my favorites. I think I did a video on it. But that started in like Palookaville number 4 or 3 or 4. I can't remember which one. But he's like, get the Palookavilles out. Issue 1 and 2, they've just got random stuff that's not very good in it. But, always kind of wanted it just to fill out my Palookaville collection because it starts with 3. And Palookaville number 1 is one of those comics that can go for a lot of money, but nobody buys it. I mean, I saw it on eBay, Palookaville number 1 for graded or whatever, for like $100, but no one's buying Palookaville number 1. As a matter of fact, I saw on eBay right now, there's, I think Palookaville 1 through 3, there's a random auction with it on, but it's only like, $30 for the 3, or $35 for the 3 of them, which is still too much, especially since the auction is by one of those I'm not a professional grader people, and they've got one bad picture of all 3 books piled up. I was like, I'm not a professional grader, but I'd put it at near mint. And you can see on Palookaville number 1 a whole bunch of creases and spine ticks up the side, and I'm like, you're not a professional grader, but that's not near mint. So it's like, I just have, maybe if I keep looking at it long enough, I'll put a bid on it, or I'll put them an offer for a lot cheaper than $35, but I doubt it. But I'm looking at it going, I wonder if someone else will buy it before I ever do, because nobody buys Palookaville 1 and 2. I was looking for them on eBay, and there was 10 auctions with Palookaville number 1 on it for ridiculous amounts of money. And I'm like, no one collects Palookaville. They just don't. And they're all in collected editions, except for those early ones, which no one really... If you're a Palookaville fan like I am, you've either got them already or you don't care. You've got the big books of them. So I'm like, does anyone actually sell? I'm going to have to look in the sold section of eBay just to see if anybody ever buys a Palookaville number 1. But anyway, there's my... This is my 4th video in 5 days. I don't think I've ever put out this many videos in a row. And I put out 3 days in a row. And I actually wanted to make another one. I don't know if I'll get to it, because it's about that Catwoman comic I got this week that I bought just for the cover. And it's not a great comic, and I just don't get it. I was reading that comic going, I just don't get this. What is going on in this comic? So I kind of wanted to make a review video of it, just asking the question, does anyone get this comic? Because I sure don't. But maybe I'll do that, maybe I won't. But meanwhile, wanted to show you some Uber. You guys have a good week out there.